Look at Wanda, ready to rock her big presentation. But first, lunch. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Delicious, celebratory, but is it quick? The Cobb salad. Tender oven-roasted chicken, topped with cheese. Prepared, plated, and served in 6 minutes? Is this for real? Well, of course. Well done, Wanda. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Yes, ma'am. Life is sweet.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning to you. I'm meteorologist Maggie McCauley. Thanks as always for joining us right here on Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. Thanks for starting off your work week with us. It's Monday, it's 6:30. Hope you have your cup of coffee and you're ready to go out the door this morning because there's a few things you need to know. Number one, it's another cold start to your day ahead. Even though we're going to be seeing a nice warm up this afternoon, it's still chilly as you're headed out the door. Again, a significant warm up ahead is in store not only this afternoon, but over the next few days. Your work week is just looking very warm out there and well above average as we head further into January. And another thing we're going to be really hitting on this morning is the risk for some storms returning on our Friday. So we're going to be talking about that. That's our next best chance of rain out there. So again, number one thing we're going to be talking about moving forward. Look at your temperatures right now in the 30s and 40s across the board. 40 in Eupora, 37 in Houston, 35 in Bruce, 35 New Albany, 33 Booneville. So as you can see here, a lot of us starting off in the 30s out there this morning into the upper 30s as well, and some 40s the further west that you go, 40 in Greenwood, 40 in Cleveland, 44 down in Atala County in Kosciuszko, but a lot of us in the 30s this morning. So that's why I say another cold start out there. Make sure to grab the coat as you're headed out, even though you won't need it this afternoon. Here's a live look over in Crenshaw. Lots of blue skies out there. We're seeing a few clouds streaming in for some of us this morning, not for everybody. Further north that you go, the less clouds you're seeing this morning. And again, temperatures in Crenshaw in the 30s, low 30s, right at that freezing degree mark. So definitely some of us sitting a little bit colder than others. Here's a live look over in Atala County in Kosciuszko. Still seeing a lot of dark out there. A little bit more cloud cover there, keeping things a little bit darker a little bit further on. Here's a look at your first 12 hours ahead. We're looking at temperatures into the 60s today. So we're into the 30s by 7, upper 30s if you're not already there going into your next hour. We're 50s by your 10 o'clock hour, and then we're 60s this afternoon. So definitely warm afternoon ahead. If you got any plans, it's going to be definitely mild and comfortable out there. Good mix of sun and clouds throughout the day as well. Temperatures eventually fall back down into the 50s as we head 7 o'clock and on. So that's a look at your first 12 hours ahead. Let me show you what's ongoing, and we'll talk about the next few days on current satellite and radar. Right now, nothing going on. Again, I told you some cloud covers streaming in for some of us, keeping us dark a little bit later than others. The further north that you go, the less cloud cover you are seeing. But overall, pretty quiet conditions. I mean, if cloud cover is the only thing I'm tracking this morning, I don't have any complaints. Going over your next few days, though, that's when things will start to change going into the latter part of the week. So Monday, today, looking good to go. Just tracking good mix of sun and clouds. We will see more clouds in there for your Tuesday. So got any Tuesday plans? Clouds look to really settle in. Watching a cold front enter the area, maybe a few light showers. Can't rule out that in the back half of Tuesday. Overall, this front is not going to do anything in terms of our temperatures out there. So still going to be warm all the way into your Wednesday as well. And not looking at any rain all throughout the day on Wednesday. So now all the way through midweek, you're looking good to go. Here's our next chance of storms, though. It's going to be coming in as a cold front later on in the work week. I'm talking later Thursday into your Friday. Friday's the main day we're going to be watching. And it's 70 degrees in January. You kind of expect us to get back to normal. We have to see a few storms in here. The question is, will they be strong to severe? It's something we're going to be keeping our eye on coming up in the next few days. But just so you know, late week, if you got any plans, you're going to be running under some rain chances. Coming up next, we'll talk more hour by hour of what you can expect for those rain chances later on in the work week. And of course, I'll have how warm temperatures get over your next few days. You're going to want to see that if you have any outdoor plans. Again, all coming up right after this.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McCauley.
Hey, good morning, and welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather. Thanks as always for tuning in and sticking with us here on Mississippi Live Weather. I'm meteorologist Maggye McCauley. Happy Monday to you. We're broadcasting live from the Room to Room Weather Center. Going to tell you everything you need to know going through today and the rest of your work week. So let's get into it. I want to show you where the clouds are sitting. Again, not all of us dealing with this cloud cover, but the further south you are over in Noxubee County and Macon, Mississippi, yeah, they're dealing with a lot of clouds out there this morning, keeping them a little bit dark, a little bit later than folks that are sitting a little bit further north. Temperatures in the 40s as well, so they're a little bit warmer along with it, having that cloud cover settle in this morning. But again, not everybody dealing with it, but however, the further south that you go, the more you are going to be dealing with it. Let's look at one more look before we get overall into your forecast today. Here's a look over in Caledonia. Let's take a look. Still seeing a lot of cloud cover there as well, just kind of streaming in this morning, but temperatures cooler in the 30s over in Caledonia. As for your airport delays, I am tracking one, and that is over at the Atlanta airport. I know a lot of us know that airport pretty frequently and well off. It's a major airport here in the southeast, looking like a ground stop. Now, I'm not sure right now. I'll have to go and see if they've posted anything in the latest on their accounts, but just so you know, our maps are showing up major delays to a ground stop in the Atlanta airport. So if you know anybody traveling in and out of that airport, make sure they're keeping an eye on their flight status. Make sure you're keeping an eye on their flight status as well if you plan on picking them up a little bit closer to home. Everywhere else, though, looking good to go this morning for Memphis International, Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City as well. Your school bus forecast, hopefully kiddos are headed back off to school this morning. I know a lot of schools are starting off today or tomorrow, so it could be dependent. You could have one more day with your kiddos at home. However, if they are headed out, temperatures cold this morning, they're going to need the coats as they're headed out the door in the middle 30s. However, by the time you're picking them up, they are not going to need those coats. They are not going to need it for the afternoon recess time. Temperatures in the middle 60s today. Let's take a look at overall at our highs today, because we are looking at a warmer day ahead, especially in comparison to our weekend. Take a look at this. High temperatures for your Monday in the 60s for everybody. 66 in Houston, 66 in Starkville, 64 in Lee County, 62 in Booneville, 62 in Iuka, 65 in Columbus. So all of us kind of settling in that low to middle 60s range. That's going to be the story this afternoon. Definitely above normal. As you can see there on the top of your screen, our normal high is 53. So we're about 10 degrees plus of our normal temperature here for this time of year. So definitely a warm day ahead, and it's just going to be getting warmer over your work week. Let's talk about clouds. We are going to be seeing a good mix of sun and clouds today, especially the further south that you are. However, no rain expected out there for your Monday. Going into your Tuesday, a little bit of a different story. More clouds in the forecast due to a front kind of approaching the area. I cannot rule out a stray shower, about a 10% chance at best, though. Wouldn't hold out on a rain chance on your Tuesday, but a light shower possible, especially if you're closer to the Alabama state line going into the front half and then into the afternoon of your Tuesday. With that front coming in, most of us look to stay very, very dry, and cloud cover looks to start to dissipate overnight or become at least a little bit less thick than we see throughout the day. However, again, mainly dry out there for your Tuesday. That is not going to be our main rain chance of the work week. And for Tuesday, we're looking at even warmer conditions. Take a look at this. Even with the cloud cover, even with the potential rain, on Tuesday, we look to see highs in the upper 60s to near 70, depending on where you are. 68 in New Albany, 67 in Booneville, 70 in Bruce, 73 in Grenada, 73 in Greenwood, 73 in Belzona, 70 in Louisville. So 70 is going to be showing up out there for your day tomorrow. So definitely some warm days ahead, well above average temperatures. That's going to be the story moving forward, especially as we head tomorrow and on. Not only for us, we're not the only ones dealing with it here, but for a good portion of the central United States. You can see here from really Colorado, New Mexico, the central United States, again, stretching into the southeast. We're looking at this mild flow, and it is just allowing for temperatures to really warm up above average conditions for a good portion of the United States. Going into your work week ahead, what does that mean for us? It means 70s, 70 degrees. So 60s today, upper 70s or upper 60s. Well, I hope we don't get into the upper 70s, upper 60s out there for your Tuesday, 70s, low 70s for the most part return as we head mid to late week, and that is well above average for this time of year. So the question is, how do we get back to normal? That's going to be a cold front that comes in Friday night, dropping our temperatures into your weekend. So if you got any upcoming weekend plans, much cooler. 50s return for Saturday, upper 40s even return as we head Sunday into Monday. So what is going to go on between Friday and Saturday that allows those temperatures to drop so much? It's this cold front that's going to push through, giving us rain chances as early as Thursday afternoon. We're going to be watching them Thursday night, but especially during the day on Friday. Look at this. This is Friday at 7 p.m. You can see this cold front finally making it through the area, and you can see those red and oranges. We're most likely going to see at least a few storms out there, but the question is, how strong are things going to be getting? Is everything going to come into play that allows us to have a few stronger to severe storms? Well, the Storm Prediction Center already has highlighted an area overnight. Look at this. This is highlighting Kentucky, portions of Tennessee, a good portion of our area, all the way down into Louisiana and southern and central Mississippi right now. Here's the thing with this. This just means we're keeping an eye on it. All of the ingredients that we need to be put together for a system to be strong to severe are kind of not lining up right now, meaning we have a little bit of this earlier in the day, a little bit of that later in the day, and we need them all to come together at the same time in order to have a few strong to severe storms. We don't necessarily want that, so we're not complaining now, but it's just something that we're going to be watching going over the next few days, something all of us are watching. Even the Storm Prediction Center, as they're highlighting this 5 days out, and it's something we want you to know as well. Again, keeping our eye on it. What you need to know now is storms are likely on our Friday. We'll keep an eye on how strong things are going to be getting coming over the next few days. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 60s out there today, upper 60s tomorrow, 70s before then. So enjoy the warmer conditions while you have them, at least if you like them. 70s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Storms look to come in later in the day on Thursday. Stick around for majority of your Friday. So any Friday plans, I'd go ahead and pack the rain gear with you. I wouldn't have any later Friday plans into your evening hours in case storms do become on the stronger side of things. Going into Saturday, things do look to dry out, and then the temperatures return to around or below normal as we head Sunday and on. So that's a full look at your 7-day forecast. Make sure to tune in with us again this morning. We'll be live at 7 and 7:30, bringing you everything you need to know to get you out the door out here on your Monday morning.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lopon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lopon has proven himself trustworthy